Good day, everybody. Happy Friday. I'm Kathy W. So happy that you stopped by, and thank you for being with me today on October 11th. If this video is not too long, guess what came in the mail this week? I am a bit tired. So much that is not yarn related happened this week, and this might be a shorter video even with the yarn. I hope that's okay with you all. So let's jump right in and grab our cups for a chat. Everyone who loves yarn, loves to knit, loves crochet, or any of those three, I'm so happy that you're here. Let's start with a question that's not about yarn this week. Do you have a holiday or a time of year that you like best? And I will jump in with my answer. Yeah, as to holidays, I enjoy them all equally. Whatever holiday is celebrated, I am all in. We live in a multicultural city, and there are so many holidays here. My family has been very fortunate as we have been invited by many diverse friends to share their joy and their special times. And as to my favorite time of year, definitely it is autumn. My husband's birthday and our anniversary and Canada Thanksgiving are all in October, so that would be my favorite. So many times to get together with family and times to celebrate. I like the colors of the leaves and wearing cozy blankets and sweaters. Although I like most times of year, this season is probably my favorite. So thank you so much for your comments last week about your favorite crafty things. It will be fun to hear from you today about your favorite holiday or time of year. Today, I will be showing a peek at a few make-alongs that I'm following. Just peeks because I will wait for permission from the hosts before I talk more about them here. Also progress about my first knit sweater. For those who would like to stay until the end of the video, after I say goodbye, I will try to add in a bit of a snippet of a video. One of the people who Jeff and I were talking with at the fair was using something called an electric eel spinning machine. And I was intrigued by the variety of finished hanks that she produced using it and about seeing the machine in motion. And I will share that here. So next week, I hope to have more updates about my first knit sweater, maybe some details about the make-alongs that I'm showing peeks of here, and I am still looking for a very specific pattern to start a special shawl. Thank you so much, everyone, for the likes, comments, and for sharing my channel. If you like to subscribe and to ring the notification bell, you won't miss the next video on October 18th. So I'm excited to tell you about a couple of make-alongs that I'm busy with during October. Actually, I will call October the month of make-alongs. The first of these, of course, is the Something New make-along, and I have chosen the yarn that I will be using. It is from my scrap yarn. I don't even remember the specifics about this yarn. I didn't keep the ball band. This was so old that it was before I thought to keep ball bands. I'm not positive what I initially used this yarn for. It might have been some wreath ornaments that I made years ago. I think it's from when I was first crocheting. That would have been almost 10 years that I've had this. The pattern that I've chosen is a cowl pattern that has some simple knit cables in it, as making cables in knitting is something that I've always wanted to do, and it's totally new to me. I hope that these are simple cables. Time will tell. So for anyone who is new, the details about this make-along is in last week's video, and there's still lots of time to join in if you'd like. Those who are working on this make-along, you can email pictures to me by October 28th, and all the details are in the October 4th video. And now for more things that I've been working on this week. For finished items, I've completed a few dishcloths, and here's a peek. Here's a peek of one that I'm in process of working on. For now, just a peek at them. Hopefully by next week I will hear from the host, and with her permission I can share about where to find the crochet along and can give you a better view of the finished dishcloths. By then it will be in photos, as by then the actual ones will be at a country fair. I jumped into this crochet along a bit late. As soon as I saw the first few, I thought that they would make good items to donate to the local church where they are having something called a country fair. One of the areas inside the church will be offering Halloween and Christmas items for sale at very reasonable prices. So people from the community can come in, buy some baked goods if they like, maybe some books, gently used clothing, and a few holiday decor items. So that's where this fits in. Now, where I originally heard about this crochet along, that was on Nina's Knots Crochet, and immediately when I saw her showing those, I thought, so cute, and maybe I can try making some of these, the Christmassy patterns, in sock weight acrylic for appliques that I can attach to my Boggy Creek Christmas blanket. And actually, when I saw Lynanne showing her dishcloths on the channel, that was what drew me into this crochet along. Immediately I thought, wow, this is what I was looking for. Perfect if it works for the Boggy Creek appliques. Now, this is a good timing for me to show the Mary Maxim yarn because, Mary Maxim had some yarn that was on a very good price. This is their Mary Maxim Twinkle yarn, and it's a #1 super fine. And some of these were in Christmas colors, and this is also what I thought would work well for Christmas appliques. Also, I did previously make a shawl with this yarn. It's so soft, and it worked up really nicely into a CJ Brady shawl. So I got a couple of red. I got some white. I think the white was regular price, but still for, I think it's a nice neutral, and I believe the regular price might have been $3.99, and the sale ones were at a price of $1.99. The other neutral that I got was black, and the black was on sale for $1.99, and I got quite a few of those. I got pink, And the pink was such a pretty color. I got a couple of the pink. Let's see what other colors. The green, that's a good Christmas color too. And I think that one was on sale. And yeah, I'm going to tell you the specs on one of these. Let's see. 230 yards in a 50-gram ball. And it's 100% acrylic, machine washable and dryable. And, oh, I can't read this. Nope, can't read it, too small. I think it says a 3.25 millimeter needles or hook, and definitely a #1 superfine. So I got some of the green. I think I got most of the colors that were on sale. There's some gray, a very nice neutral, because I figure after I'm done making the appliques, it still will make beautiful shawls. So there we go. And I think that's all of the colors that I got. They also had a very pretty lilac, but no, I didn't get any of the lilac. And this was the color that I originally had gotten. I got a couple of more of these because I loved this. And this color was dark blue. And this dark blue I had put into a black, with a black into a shawl. And that was gorgeous together. There we go. So that was a really nice yarn. The rest, I've got a few more, just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more, but they're the same colors that you've just seen. There. So thank you, Mary Maxim, for that beautiful yarn and for having some of those colors on a good sale. So the second crochet along that I am part of this month, it snuck up and surprised me because at first I thought that I was going to take a small break from making blankets. The collections for Casting Off the Cold 2024 were delivered already, and I was going to make shawls and more shawls during October and November. This is another crochet along that I'm going to just show a peek of for now. There, just a peek. It's a blanket, and after I contact the host to ask for permission to talk a bit more about it here, then I can let you know about it, hopefully next week. So, yeah, I just don't want to say too much about it until I've contacted people and gotten the okay. Now, for work in progress, of course, my step-by-step sweater, and I'll put the details in the description box. I am well on my way to being finished the body of the sweater. I was trying so much to get it completed, but I still do have a few rows of the ribbing at the bottom. This week I finished the straight knitting part. For the ribbing I switched to the 5 millimeter needles again, the same as I had done. This is the same size needles as I used here for this part. This coming week will be exciting as I will be joining in for the arms. And many thanks to Diane from My Pink Bathtub. She sent me a link to a video that will be very helpful because it talks about what to do in this area. Yeah, I watched the video yesterday, and now I'm not so nervous about this part. About the fair. Yeah, and now about last weekend, Jeff and I were unsure if we would be able to get to the fair because of the weather report. We left early enough that we had a good 4 hours before heavy clouds rolled in. And there was so much to see. Not going to show all the pictures that I took, because then we would be here all day. First off, the amigurumis and stuffies were amazing. This is something that I have only made one of, so I could have talked all day with the two people who were behind the counter in this area. A few of the pics that I took were of some of the pumpkins and one of the doll entries. Some of these pictures are really cropped, as the tags on these items are showing the name of the person and some personal information of who entered the item. And I tried not to show people's info here, so that limited what I can put on my video. I do have some things that I can show though, and one is this cute gnome. It won my heart as soon as I saw this one. Some of the quilts that I saw were real inspirations. I noticed a couple of them that had color combinations that I thought might look amazing in blanket squares or in a multicolored item. Other quilts had very interesting shapes, and I took pictures of them as this combination of shapes could look really good in a sweater or a blanket. And these are just a couple of the many pictures that I took. Oh, and here are some that were just pictures to show because they are beautiful. And also, these recognize the amount of time and talent it took to make them. I admire quilting so much, partly because I have always wanted to sew, and partly because of the artistry involved. And of course, a few pictures of crochet and knit items, some with blanket squares in a very interesting variation, and a butterfly square that I would love to find the pattern of someday. And these are just a couple of pics. I have so many others. Unfortunately, many had the person's entry details right in the middle of the item, so could not be shown here. Also, there are many examples of cables that were gorgeous, knit ones, and lace that were so pretty, and all of the craft was very, very inspiring. If you ever have a chance to go to a country fair, please do walk through the area where the crafts, baking, and art are displayed. It is so amazing to see. Since it was a rural fair, I definitely took some pictures of animals that were there, and Jeff found Alice Chalmers tractors, one similar in age to the one he used on the farm when he was younger. I can send pictures over email to anyone who is interested in tractors and farm equipment. Please let me know. And we were there on the day that there were many chickens, cattle, pigs, sheep, and bunnies on site. Jeff got nuzzled by a Belgian horse, and so did I. The picture is proof. And I almost got a ride on a real monster truck. At the last minute, I changed my mind about doing that, as I saw that it would have been a bit wilder ride than I felt ready for. The truck was going over ramps, doing tight circles, and I'm not quite that adventurous. For those who would like to stay after I say goodbye, I would try to add a bit of video of one of the people who we were talking with at the fair. She was using something called an electric eel spinning machine. So to all of you here at Yarn with Heart, thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful week. Enjoy your crochet, enjoy your knitting, and I hope to see you next Friday.